Hello, welcome to a new episode of Converse and Ninjaverse. I'm Will,
I'm Chris.
And I'm Mike.
and I lost
And
track.
since Will hasn't been here in forever, he doesn't remember what episode it is.
No, I have it down here. It says 124.
124.
Yes, you missed episode 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
And he missed
And then we've been
episode
telling the audience
1, 2,
how
2.
you've had sex changes and species reassignment surgery.
Yes.
At one point, you were a dolphin named Francis.
I am now a sexual antelope.
You are. Although the last week we were honest, we said you were on your way back from vacation.
Yes. Can I draw on you with this? No, I can't draw on you.
Don't draw on me. Don't draw on me.
All right.
Don't be a dick. Don't be that guy.
Listen, I saw a thing over here with a pencil and a mustache. I was like, oh, can I draw on people? But,
When we do our old timey radio episode, we can all wear
Yes.
Well, big mustaches.
their mustaches.
And have old-timey radio voices.
It's terrible.
Terrible.
All right.
That's terrible.
Being that it's the end of the summer, I think this is probably going to be the final box office
I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll see.
for now. Until
I mean, we might as well stick with doing the box office because it'll start to get into Oscar movies, and we'll start talking
that's right.
what we,
Yeah.
you know, is that
And
we're
there's
already starting to peek into movies that are more sophisticated than giant robots fighting giant monsters who.
And there is some good stuff on the horizon. There's The Martian coming out in a couple weeks.
Martian
Yeah,
looks pretty solid.
I think looks pretty solid.
It does kind of look like they just took that one part of Inception and turned it into a whole big movie.
What they could do is turn that from
Not
turn it into
Inception,
DC and
Interstellar.
turn it into Booster Gold.
Yeah.
Matt Damon is Booster Gold. Ben Affleck is Batman. Actually, Nathan Fillion said he wants to be Booster Gold.
I have seen that.
Yes, I think he'd be perfect.
I always thought Matt Damon, when they were started talking about the Captain America movie, I thought Matt Damon would have made a great Captain America based on the Bourne movies.
Yes, but we'll get into that in a little bit because that was because of money, and Marvel doesn't like to spend money. But things may be changing over in Marvel.
Well, they were they're a bunch of broke. I'm trying to find the right adjective and not be
bitches.
offensive.
Broke ass bitches.
Yeah, there we go.
Not what you were gonna say.
That's some broke motherfuckers.
Yeah, couldn't even afford a sandwich.
Nah. All right. So
Couldn't
anyway,
even get a piece of cheese from Mickey.
All right. Well, number one.
number one was The War Room. Took in $9.4 million, $24.7 million total.
That's that
is in
family
its
drama.
Second week. Yeah, it's a family drama that was in second last week and moved ahead of Straight Outta Compton this week, which took in $8.8 million. Is taken in $147.7 million total.
Speaking of Straight Outta Compton, is it terrible that on my vacation playlist had None of Myrtle Beach that came on and we were all like, Straight Outta Compton, crazy motherfucking name.
Yeah, cause it's not because it's not, and I don't think you were part of this conversation. But 2 weeks ago on the podcast, I think I talked about it.
Yes.
Where I was for the weekend the movie came out. Mary was out away dog sitting, so I was home by myself. And because the only trailer for any movie that was playing on TV out here was Straight Outta Compton, so I had Straight Outta Compton stuck in my head. And like the fat white guy that I am, I was going around my apartment singing Straight Outta Compton.
Easy motherfucking E.
Yeah. And when I told that to my wife, when I told that to my wife the next day, she looked at me and said, "The theme song to the WNBA or to the Women's Basketball League."
Wow.
Yeah. Because she was thinking, NBA, National Women. I don't know.
Yeah, I see where she was going, but she was
I
wrong.
know where she was way off. And I'm like, no, it's not. She said, well, what does it stand for? I said, well, it's not the National Wrestling Alliance.
No.
So, yeah. So number 3 was A Walk in the Woods. That took in $8.2 million. That's in its first week.
Now, we can all
still
ask at
Nick
once.
Nolte, right?
What is a walk in the woods? I see like old ass Nick Nolte. Oh, and Robert Redford. This is an old man movie.
Yeah. It is an old man movie.
Oh, I think I saw a little bit of a trailer for this. Robert Redford, Nick Nolte, Emma Thompson, Mary Steenburgen, Nick Offerman, Kristen Shaw.
Unless Nick Offerman is Ron Swanson, I don't want to see this movie.
Ron Swanson.
Yeah, I remember hearing about this on. They were talking about on Preston and Steve because they had an interview with Nick Nolte, and he was so incoherent you couldn't understand a word he said.
I like Nick Nolte's another one. Like you're talking about Nick Nolte being in this movie, and I'm like, I wasn't sure Nick Nolte was still alive.
No.
Tropic Thunder, I think, is the last thing I saw Nick Nolte in.
Yeah.
And in the other side of crazy guy that you can't believe is still alive, and this is completely off topic from the box office, but Gary Busey is going to be on this season's Dancing with the Stars.
He is
Fantastic.
So
every reality show that has celebrities on it at some point has to have Gary Busey on it. And it's not like a requirement, it's just like it makes sense. Oh, you know what? I'm lying. Nick Nolte was in Grace Point, the American remake of that British miniseries about the murder.
Yes.
Okay.
That had David Tennant in it.
Broadchurch, yes.
Broadchurch, yeah.
Gotcha.
So that was the last thing. But Nick Nolte, he's just like all his reactions, he just sounds like a winded old man every time he talks.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, exactly. Coming in at number 4 is Transporter Refueled. That took in a little over $7 million in its first week.
Another Transporter movie?
Meh.
Minus Jason Statham.
Minus Jason Statham.
They just put like Jason Statham's stunt double in a movie.
Pretty much, and it just doesn't look fun.
I mean, those Transporter movies, it's really just the same gag over and over again.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm looking at the cast Dancing with the Stars right now.
We'll talk about that in a second.
Let's wrap up the box office and Dancing with the Stars, because I don't know anything about it, so I'm intrigued.
Let's get the box office done. Number 5 is Mission Impossible: Rogue Nation. Again, a little over $7 million. It's taken in $180 million. That's in its 6th week.
I gotta see that. I haven't seen that yet.
Done really well. And then coming in at a whopping $54 million total, sitting at number 20, is the Fantastic Four. It took in $1.1 million this past weekend. I'm pretty sure it's in a $2 movie theater across the street.
Not so fantastic right now.
So I may go spend $2.
I wouldn't.
I'll take one for the team. I'll spend the $2.
All right, you go see that, and you report back next week, and let us know how it was.
Awful.
We have seen the future.
It was awful.
Victor von Doofenshmirtz.
I'm gonna have to bring like a bottle of vodka to get through that movie, I think.
You probably won't be the only one. All right. Well, since I have it up here, let's talk about the stars on Dancing with the Stars.
Which we already touched on the one that I already want to win.
Gary Busey.
Gary Busey.
Big ass teeth and all.
Because those Amazon TV commercials or whatever he was doing, those were my favorite commercials.
Oh, the Amazon Fire? Yes.
Yes, those were fantastic. Nick Carter.
Who?
Nick Carter, who was singer, songwriter, actor, and philanthropist. Nick Carter. He was in I'm Taking Off. I think he wasn't he married to Jessica Simpson for a minute?
No, that was Nicholas Shea.
Oh no,
He
was in the Backstreet Boys.
Why do we know that? Fuck, why do we know who Jessica Simpson was married to?
Because of MTV.
Yeah,
I
I was gonna say that other guy. He was already on Dancing with the Stars.
Oh, that's right.
The Nick Lachey guy, and then I think they're like a bunch of little blonde people. There was like a whole family of them.
Oh no, Nick Carter. He was in Backstreet Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's who this kid was. All right.
I think there's a whole bunch of them.
Really?
Yeah, there's a clan of, and I think they may have had their own reality show for like a week.
I love how all the stars on here have a Twitter button for follow, except for Gary Busey.
I want to follow Gary Busey on Twitter.
Paula Dean.
You don't follow Gary Busey on Twitter. Gary Busey follows you.
Paula Dean is going to be on
Paula Dean's going to dance off all that butter.
Yeah. Oh my God! When we were in Myrtle Beach, there's a Paula Dean store. Your freaking niece Victoria, crazy. because she had to go to the Paula Deen store. She was obsessed with going to because she loves Paula Deen.
She hates black people.
She's a bigot. She's an evil, racist old woman.
But she has some excellent barbecue sauces because we did buy a barbecue sauce.
And they're made from the tears of all
Probably.
her black workers.
Victor Espinoza, who's a jockey that just won, I think the Kentucky
Triple
Crown?
Crown?
Yeah, Triple Crown.
Oh, I hope they pair him up with the tallest woman that they have there.
That would be epic.
I want him like staring at a belly button the whole season.
He looks so tiny.
Well, he is. He's a jockey. He's like 3.5 feet tall.
Andy Grammer.
What happens when jockeys retire? They put them they turn to stone and they put them out on people's lawns.
They turn into gnomes.
You own car dealerships and marry beauty pageant queens. That's from an episode of Simpsons when they had a racehorse. So.
Gotcha.
It wasn't doing that well, and then Bart dressed it up like a Dennis Rodman type of athlete, and it got a lot of hype, and then all the other jockeys got mad. Sorry. There's a Simpsons episode.
Right.
Freaks! We're freaks!
Andy Grammer, who is a pop star. Never heard of him.
Never heard of it.
It sounds like one of them Disney contract players.
Probably.
Say, first male pop star in a decade since John Mayer to reach the top 10 adult pop radio with his first 2 singles. Oh, you gotta keep your head up. Whoa, that guy. You'll know the song.
Don't ever do that again.
All right, and Find Me, which I don't know. Okay, so that's...
It means something to me, but not about the song. Just about you, Will.
I have teenagers.
No, bullshit.
Hayes Greer.
I was getting screenshots of your traveling playlist.
Listen, ain't nothing wrong with Color Me Bad. I was singing the fuck out of it.
There's
Harley
a
was
lot
like,
wrong.
oh my god,
There is a lot wrong with Color Me Bad.
Listen. Alright. Hayes
Oh,
Greer.
speaking of 90s groups, like,
What?
who were the 2 white guys that rapped in the early 90s?
Snow?
Not Snow.
Snow and Vanilla Ice.
No, they were together.
Third base?
Was it third base?
It might have been third base.
Oh my god.
Oh, I can't think of it. That might be right.
Informer.
No, that's Snow.
That's Snow, right?
That's Snow. From
I
the
was listening to the 90s music the other day, and I'm like, who are those 2 white guys? And one had a cane.
Yeah, that was third base.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. I thought there was a number in the name.
They were the ones that did Pop Goes the Weasel and
Pop Goes the
Oh
Weasel.
my God.
and the Gas Face.
Yes.
That was
And
white
they
guys?
beat up MC Hammer in their video or something
I
like
did
that.
not know they were white guys.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they were white guys.
Holy shit. Alright. Well, I didn't know Macklemore was a white guy until I saw the video. Thrift shop? Well, whatever. Alright. Hayes Greer, who is a 15-year-old rising star from this... Oh, he's a Viner.
A what?
A guy from Vine.
Oh, one of those internet kids?
Yeah, 3.5 million followers on Vine and 2 million Twitter followers. He does...
I have my hand up. Can I
Yes.
ask a question?
Sure.
How is that a star worthy of being on? How is that somebody worthy of being on a show called Dancing with the Stars?
He's got 3 million viewers.
Yeah.
I guess.
Hey, he's
I mean, I would take half of that in a second.
Yeah.
The kid's generating ad revenue by making vines. What are vines? 8 seconds? 16 seconds? Something like
15
that?
at most, I think.
We sit here and blab for an hour and a half, and
And
Yeah,
don't
4
make
followers.
any money.
there ain't 3 million assholes listening to us.
Nope. All right. Let's see. Bindi Irwin, who is a crocodile hunter's daughter. Carlos Pena Vega, who
How old is she now?
She's like 16, 17.
Yeah,
I was
she
gonna
looks
say,
like
she's
she's
starting to turn into a bit of a...
17.
Yeah, she's getting to be a little bit of a piece of ass, isn't she?
You can't say
I'm
that.
not-
She's 17.
You can't say that. Look what happened to the
I
dude
said-
from Subway.
I said getting to be a little bit like...
You
"Oh,
can't
I'm
say that, dude. No.
It's like going to a car show and you're seeing like a concept car. You're like, hey, when that comes out and it's ready, maybe I'd get that, but it's not available yet. I'm just
Stop.
counting. And I was like,
It's getting
Stop.
worse.
Get worse.
You're not making it better.
I always thought her mom was cute, so it's
Yeah.
All right. Carlos Pena Vega, who was on This Will Mean Nothing to You, Big Time Rush. It was on Nickelodeon.
I remember seeing commercials for Big Time Rush, and it might have even came on a couple times when the kids were watching something else.
Yeah. So he was on that. And then last and second favorite only to Gary Busey, Shaka Khan.
Shaka Khan is gonna
Shaka Khan.
Shaka Khan.
Shaka Khan! As John Lovitz would say. Good Lord. Everybody else's bio on this Dancing with the Stars was like 2 paragraphs, 1 paragraph, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 paragraphs for Shaka Khan. She's gonna win because she has the longest bio.
I'm still rooting for
Shaka
Gary
Khan
Busey.
was in the second to last episode of Phineas and Ferb.
Was she really?
Yeah, I just saw her. It's her and the gay redheaded guy singer from
Carrot Top.
Carrot Top is neither gay nor a singer.
Yes.
Just a redheaded guy. You're racist. Not all redheaded guys are Carrot Top.
You don't know that.
American Idol.
There's another row that I missed. Alexa Pena Vega. Who is... Now, you want to talk about somebody that turned into a piece of ass? This was the little girl from Spy Kids.
I don't approve.
Oh, yeah. She kind of got...
Yeah, she's like super hot now. She was in Machete.
Yes, I did see her in Machete, or saw a still picture of her from Machete.
Yes. And then Alex Skarlatos. Oh, he was the guy, this was like an addition from this week. The whole story with a National Guard specialist who they just took down, they prevented a gunman on the train in Belgium.
Yes.
Yeah.
That guy.
The terrorist from Belgium?
No, the guy who stopped the terrorist.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's
One of the
highly
soldiers.
appropriate. Oh, one of the soldiers.
I'll root for them. I'll root for them.
Yeah. And then the last one is, I don't even know who this is. This should be fun. Kim Zolciak Berman? Oh, she's from the Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Yeah. Alrighty.
This is why we don't watch Dancing with the Stars.
This is
I watched when Jericho was on. I did see.
I watched a little bit when Jericho was on.
The reason to watch Dancing with the Stars is the outfits that the dancer chicks wear.
Sure.
It's like as close to watching a go-go bar on Channel 7 as you're going to get in your whole life.
Oh wait. All right. So it says who they're teamed up with. This Victor Espinoza, the jockey guy.
Mm-hmm.
Karina Smirnoff. She looks very tall. She's from the
That's how it
Ukraine.
should be paired off. That's how they should be paired off.
Yes.
I'm still rooting for Gary Busey.
All right. So we're hoping Gary Busey wins Dancing with the Stars. Come on, Busey. Don't let us down. Hashtag go Busey.
And when he wins, he needs to go, yes!
He needs to point a remote at the audience. Ah! Like Frankenstein. All right. Moving on.
The man has a head injury.
He does.
Does he really?
He does, yeah.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah,
he
he was in
does.
like a bad motorcycle accident or something like that. He had years ago.
I didn't know
Like
that.
somewhere in between, somewhere like after Lethal Weapon, but before Under Siege.
So in his heyday.
Yeah.
Does he really have a head injury? I'm gonna feel so bad.
Yes, you're making fun of a man with a head injury.
Oh well, a cocaine overdose will do that to you too.
Yeah, I was gonna say there was drug abuse involved in that too. It wasn't just a motorcycle accident.
Well, I'm sure when he was in a motorcycle accident, he was high as fuck.
Probably.
I think that's what happened. Yeah.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Yeah, it saved his life.
Charlie Murphy.
All right, Charlie Murphy.
Charlie Murphy.
All right, moving on. There were some shakeups that happened in Marvel Land, but good shakeups.
Yeah, I think it was a pretty good shakeup. It wasn't like, everybody's fired and
No. Kevin Feige, who has kind of helmed the ship as far as continuity and keeping everything together, now has full control over the Marvel Studios. Because it was him and this other guy whose name I can't... Perlmutter was the last name. And Marvel has always been notoriously cheap. Like, they get their people in cheap, then they lock them in for, 7 movies. Robert Downey Jr. was the first one to kind of buck that and kind of start getting more money for everybody.
Yeah.
But,
I remember last year he got everybody a raise or something for Avengers 2, right?
Mm-hmm. But now, with Kevin Feige in control, he always wanted to spend money, the other guy always wanted to keep the money. So now they can actually put a little more money out there to maybe get, like, some bigger directors to come in and put their vision on things and things like that. Like an Avengers movie or a Marvel movie directed by frickin' Spielberg.
Like we could see Steven Spielberg's Howard the Duck.
Oh, yes. The way it was meant to be, not George Lucas's drug-fueled Howard the Duck. So that can only mean good things, and in that same breath,
scarred me for life.
Yeah, in that same breath, Chris Evans is like, "Oh, I'll stick around and be Captain America a little longer,"
which I kind of figured he would do eventually, because I think it was like a year or so ago he was talking that he would maybe step away once his contract was up. But
he has 2 movies left in his contract: Infinity War 1 and 2, after Civil War.
I remember hearing an interview with him where he said something. You know, when they were trying to tie him down to a multi-picture deal, he's like, I don't know if I want to sign something like, that big.
And now he was just saying in an interview that he's like, what an asshole I would have been if I didn't take this deal.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. So, yeah, his next 2 pictures that he's contracted for are Infinity War 1 and 2. After that, nobody really knows what's happening to the Marvel Universe after that.
And I'm okay with that, because
it could be a point. It could be a great point to restart everything.
Yeah.
Not necessarily restart, or at least recast.
That's what I'm thinking.
Because by the time they finish those Infinity War movies, Robert Downey Jr. is going to be 83 years old.
Pretty much.
He's going to be Iron Lung Man.
Just wheel him out. He's going to just do all of his acting from his chair in the black room with the
It'd be like that scene in Lebowski where they walk into the guy that wrote a bunch of episodes of Brandon. And it's like, a good day to you, sir!
So I have a feeling after Infinity War Part 2, you're going to see the whole Marvel Universe just either recast or whatever, continuity shake-up, because as much as we can't imagine anybody else as Robert Downey Jr., eventually there's going to be
I think Robert Downey Jr. will always be Robert Downey Jr.
You know what I meant. There's going to be somebody else being Iron Man at some point.
See, what happens, Will, is nobody else takes on the mantle of Robert Downey Jr. That's
you don't know that. He's so powerful. He's so powerful. Somebody else might just be, I am the Robert Downey Jr.
He might be.
But no, there's going to be another Iron Man at some point. There's going to be another Captain America at some point. Just like there's been many Batmans.
Now, what do you think would be cheaper? To clone the actors and keep putting them in the movies? Or just develop the computer animated thing to the point that, like, you know how they keep like making young Arnold Schwarzenegger for these Terminator movies?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just that we can like always have, like it looks like a live action Chris Evans or Robert Downey Jr. playing the part, but then it's just eventually like Billy West is doing the voice of all the Avengers.
Hey, if they can give me an Ant-Man, a Romancing the Stone era Michael Douglas,
yeah,
more power to him. But speaking of that and de-aging people and all that, did you guys see? I put it up on Facebook the other day. It was a nightclub in hell kind of thing. But
yes,
you saw that? It's
a nightclub called Hell.
Yes. And it starts off with Obi-Wan and Anakin going into the bar in Coruscant, wherever they were. But they interject all of these different movie stars from different movies
in these different bar scenes.
Yeah, and it's seamless.
John Travolta is dancing in it from Saturday Night Fever.
Meanwhile, John Travolta's sitting in the corner as Vincent Vega watching everything.
Nice.
It's Al Pacino is Carlito and Scarface in it.
Yep.
Tom
Cruise is hunting down the Terminator.
Ewan McGregor's Ben Kenobi walks past Ewan McGregor's character from Trainspotting. Yeah, Tom Cruise from Collateral's in there. The Terminator's in there. Blade's in there.
Yeah, it was really, really. I love how Blade he'd like show up and then like kind of back off. But yeah, it was really cool. Yeah, you'll have to check out my Facebook later and check out the.
Yeah, it's fun the way they do it. Just for. I mean, if you sat there and really looked at it, it'd be like, oh, this is kind of dumb. But it's just a silly little thing, and it's like 6 minutes of your life to be like, oh, hey, somebody told a little story just from taking clips from movies and kind of making them look like they were all together.
With similar lighting.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Cool.
But yeah, I just thought of that when you were talking about the young Arnold, because young Arnold was in there.
Yes,
Apparently-
Terminator 1 Arnold.
Yeah. Terminator Salvation just crossed $1 billion worldwide.
I'm not surprised. Movies like that
Genesis?
always do
No,
well
Genesis, yeah,
worldwide.
Genesis.
That's like I'm sure the Transporter movie. I'm sure even that awful Agent 47 movie is going to do well worldwide.
I heard it's terrible.
Yeah, but I heard the first one was bad, and they made another one.
Yeah, the Hitman movies, they have not cracked the video game movie code yet. The only one that came close, honestly, was the original Mortal Kombat.
And even that, in hindsight, is rough.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen it in a bunch of years, and it was on like TNT maybe a month or so ago.
And all the
I watched
original
it and
Mortal
went,
Kombat is a remake of Enter the Dragon.
Yeah. Them special effects, though.
The original Mortal Kombat, the original Resident Evil. I mean, we have this conversation a lot.
Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah. Actually, in the honest trailers for Super Mario Brothers, they
I
talk
love
about like how you can't make a movie out of video games. Just stop.
They try. It just there's some.
Yeah,
I think it's because like a video like I'm watching less and less TV unless it's like Flash, Arrow, or something like that. But I'm getting a better story out of video games. But those stories don't translate well to other mediums.
And it's not even necessarily that those. Well, yeah, I guess they don't translate well, but you're taking on the role of that character, so in the game, so you're making the decisions.
Yeah.
So you're a little more invested. It's like I don't really care about some actor that I've never seen before playing a character that I don't really know.
And now it's a character that you can't control. You don't have that fun.
Yeah.
It's like it goes from I'm playing a video game to now I'm just watching somebody play a video game.
Like the first one that looks like it may actually break out because it's based on such an open world is Warcraft. Warcraft has a good chance of being that video game movie because it doesn't look like a video game movie. It looks like a Lord of the Rings, humans versus orcs type.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but
Yeah.
Warcraft is just a video game version of Dungeons and Dragons.
Pretty much. Which even that hasn't had good movies either, starring Marlon Wayans.
There was like a direct-to-video Dungeons and Dragons movie that was much better than the major release.
I think we
Wasn't Ray
talked,
Liotta
I think
in
we
that
talked
one?
about it.
Yeah, Ray Liotta was in that in a leather jacket. No, that was Dungeon Siege. Siege. Totally different.
Yeah. With Jason Statham.
Yes, with Jason Statham.
Yeah, Ray Liotta was in a medieval movie, not playing medieval at all.
Yes.
Nice.
I actually just learned,
Henry Hill, the evil king.
I actually just learned a fun fact from How Did This Get Made about the Fast and Furious movies.
That there shouldn't have been 7 of them?
First of all, I haven't seen Fast 7 or Furious 7, whatever the hell this one's called, but the movie sounds just batshit crazy. I didn't know Jason Statham is in this movie. There's all
he's the bad
kinds of
guy.
Yeah, I did not know that. But apparently, the main characters in the movie, so you have your Vin Diesels, even Paul Walker when he was alive, The Rock, all of them, the main characters in the movie have it in their contract that their characters can't lose a fight in the movie.
What?
So if two main characters are fighting, somebody's going to pull them apart and it's going to be a draw. But if it's a new character and an old character, the new character is going to lose.
Okay.
This is why I don't watch those movies.
The original Fast and Furious, I know that we're gonna. If people are listening, people are gonna get hate because people love these fucking movies.
I thought it was a
And I
car
get
race movie.
I get that, but I don't know why we needed 7 of them.
I don't know, but they pulled some crazy timeline shit apparently with the movie too, which I didn't know.
And we're supposedly getting another one.
Yeah,
They travel time in it too?
well, they might as
Who
well
has who's
because
driving the DeLorean?
the third one, which is Tokyo Drift, apparently a character in the third movie dies, But in the 7th movie, he's there because the 3rd movie takes place before the 7th movie. But yeah, there's some weird. They basically liked the character so much they wanted to bring him back into the movie. So they said, "Oh yeah, this movie that happened here, actually put it over here in the timeline."
I heard about that. They're like, everybody's back, even guys that died.
Yeah.
Wow.
At this point, they're all pretty much superheroes.
Wow.
Yeah. It's car porn.
It is, and I mean, I know there's obviously an audience for it because
Yeah.
I mean, it looks pretty cool when they're driving that car through the buildings, like through the skyscrapers. I'm like, all right, that looks pretty cool, but it doesn't make much sense, in any other context other than this looks cool. So whatever. I mean, go ahead. If people like the movies, people like the movies. It's
But yeah, that just crossed some kind of crazy number too. But whatever. More power to him. But I don't know. Whatever. I haven't seen it. I want to see it. I just haven't gone around to see it. I also haven't seen. I saw 1 and 2. I think that's it.
I think I saw 5, maybe.
Was that was the first one with The Rock, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't think I saw any of them.
The first one was.
I think the only reason I saw it was because it was on cable.
Yeah, pretty much that's what I'm watching.
Oh, it's all right. It's on. Okay, I'll watch it.
All right, moving on. I think there was some Batman, Superman, DC news we had today. Oh yeah, I don't know if you guys talked about it last week. The guy who played Zod, Michael Shannon.
Right.
He said something about that he was trapped in a bathroom in his trailer because he had flippers on his hands, and people were kind of confused.
Yeah, people kind of got all confused on that, and then
he took it back. He's like, "Oh no, I was just kidding."
Like, I misspoke.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that means he had doomsday claws on his hands, like, and he couldn't open the bathroom door. I don't know. And Jason Momoa said all the Aquaman jokes will stop after Aquaman shows up on the screen, but he won't say anything else about it. It seems to me.
All the old Aquaman jokes will stop.
Yeah.
We get a whole new slew of new Aquaman jokes.
It seems to me that DC might be reorganizing their movie slate now that they have 3 Batman movies that they have to throw in there somewhere.
Well, we talked about it. Mike and I talked about it last week. There ain't going to be another Superman movie in there.
Superman's got to be like, what the fuck? This was supposed to be my sequel.
Yeah, this was supposed to be the Superman sequel, and now the actual real Superman sequel is on like permanent hold.
Yeah, it's just like, what the serious fuck? Batman took my shit.
And the thing is, it's like we haven't even seen Affleck's Batman yet. He could be horrible.
He could be.
We could have Daredevil too.
How terrible!
Boogaloo.
How terrible would it be if this movie came out and just bombed tremendously? It's not going to happen because everybody in the world's going to see this movie.
Yeah, it's not going to bomb. It's not because I mean everybody and their mother is going to go see it.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't mean it's going to be good.
Yeah, no jokes, no funny. How are you going to have a Joker that's not funny?
Yeah.
Even Heath Ledger's Joker was kind of funny.
This movie's not coming up for a year, and I'm kind of tired of talking about it already.
Yeah, I really am. I kind of don't really.
I'd like to see a new trailer at some point. I would like to see a new trailer.
I did. Speaking of Heath Ledger's Joker, I just saw something that was kind of cool, and and I'm like, how did I never pick this up? The mask that Heath Ledger's Joker is wearing at the beginning of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Is the same mask that Cesar Romero is wearing, or a very similar mask to what Cesar Romero is wearing in his first appearance as Joker in the Batman TV series.
Really?
That's kind of neat.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's that same kind of like Pagliacci sad clown mask.
Cesar Romero was scary as shit.
Kind of neat.
Yes.
And it was all because he painted over his mustache.
Yeah, that's what me. And I love that in the Batman '66 comic, you see the paint over the mustache still.
You have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why not?
Man,
Why not?
Romero's creepy as shit. When you look at him now, that's creepy.
Well, if you look at him now, he's really.
I was gonna say he's been in a cast
Well,
better part of 15 years. It's
yeah, he's a scary Joker.
If you see him now, he's a zombie.
Yeah, you see him now, run. I think that's all for the DC sit. What else do we have?
the variety show stars are coming back from the dead to kill us.
Oh, we should talk about Force Friday a little bit.
Okay.
Because that shit happened. It was an 18-hour live stream of showing you all the new Star Wars toys.
And I didn't watch any of it.
I
tried to stay away from as much as I could. Some people had posted a little bit of stuff on Facebook, so I got to see a little bit of it. None of it was anything spoilery, which was good.
No.
Yeah,
I mean, there
angry.
was a couple of figures,
Would have gotten yelled at.
like the Guavian Enforcer, who looks suspiciously like Deadpool. But it's still just like another like.
Not everybody's Deadpool.
He looks like Deadpool. He's red and black. And really, as far as characters go, there was a couple of like alien characters, but no major players.
Yeah.
But the toy that is selling out all over Amazon, which is the toy I want, which I really don't need, but goddamn, I want this toy, is the BB-8 Sphero toy that you use your phone to steer him around, and he's fucking adorable, and I want him.
Because I'm not on my phone enough.
Listen, I could have him patrol the breakfast table while I'm eating. That would be his job. And to chase my dog around.
I would chase your dog around with it.
Yes. But yeah, it's $150. Amazon is sold out of it. And
Which isn't hard. That's not a horrible price.
It's not a horrible price point. It's really not. For what it is, because there's like no grooves on it. It's all magnets and electronics, and it's just very cool.
Magic.
It is magic, and it beeps. That's all I want in life. And today, Disney actually revealed that in Disney parks, they're selling a drone that looks like the Millennium Falcon.
I did see some of that too. Yes.
So there's good stuff. There's all the I think either the 6-inch figures or the Black Series figures are coming with like an extra piece to build like army stuff.
Which is kind of the big thing that a lot of these.
Marvel started that.
Marvel was doing that a lot. Like you buy, every one of the Guardians and you get a piece to build Groot, or you buy all the X-Men, you get a piece to build a Sentinel or whatever.
Oh, I had Onslaught back in the day.
Which is cool. Well, yeah, I tried to stay away from it as much as I could, just because I'm really trying to stay away from everything.
Yeah, I really haven't been. I mean, I've seen the Comic-Con footage trailer. I've
seen I've watched the trailer,
but I haven't been reading anything.
Yeah, I'm, and then that's where the internet really sucks, and unfortunately, the internet is
the internet.
The internet, and it's important, especially the way we do this show. But it's like, every day I go on one of the websites or even Facebook, and it's like, spoiler, this is how so-and-so dies in Star Wars. Or, this is what happens to so-and-so in Star Wars. And it's like, yeah, all right, great, you're telling me spoiler, but you don't even need to do that. Let me be surprised. Don't even give me the option to be, like, really drunk one night and be like, ooh, click, and then,
Yeah. Oh, why did I read it?
Yeah.
The one thing that people are talking about right now is that John Boyega's character, Finn, that may not be his name. Because some of the figures talk, and they're talking to us, we're assuming a stormtrooper, FN and a bunch of numbers, and people are saying that that's John Boyega's character, so the FN might just be why they're calling him Finn. That might not be his real name.
Yeah, it might be just his
I'm hoping his last name is Calrissian.
No.
I'm sure there's more than two black guys.
I have a theory, but I don't want to get into it because I don't want to spoil anything for Chris in case I'm right. But
I don't want to hear it either.
I have a theory.
Your theory is wrong, sir.
But if his last name is Calrissian, I'll be so happy.
I reject your reality and
substitute my own.
My own.
Yes.
His
But
last name is not going to be. His last name is not going to be Calrissian because he's already not the smoothest motherfucker in the galaxy, and
Listen.
he doesn't have a Colt 45.
Smooth passes a generation.
Actually, speaking of that, have you guys seen what we were talking about before? That video that a club called Hell.
Yeah.
If you watch it all the way through the credits, he pops up. He's the stormtrooper that gets shot.
Yeah.
He pops up, he looks around, and then he runs off.
I thought that was pretty funny. But yeah, so I didn't watch all the live stream stuff. I just saw bits and pieces, and the figures look cool. I haven't been to a Target or whatever to kind of take a look at them. Apparently, the shit toy though is the build your own lightsaber toy because it looks like a fucking set of brass knuckles with different pieces of lightsaber sticking out of it.
Yeah.
So,
I did see that in a god awful Walmart commercial that played on something.
that looks like the shit toy. That'll be the one in the clearance bin.
I did. There was one thing I didn't read the article, but there was another thing that somebody had posted. One of the websites I follow on Facebook posted an article about why the new Millennium Falcon toy is better than the classic Millennium Falcon toy, and I just commented blasphemy and walked away. Like, I'm not even gonna look at it. Not gonna read the article. Don't care.
I know the new Lego Millennium Falcon. The top actually comes off, and you can play with the figures inside. I do know that.
Cool.
I really.
I always felt the Millennium Falcon should have had more play space in it.
Yeah.
Just that little.
Yeah, the room back here.
If it was a touch bigger, but whatever.
Still loved it. That was my favorite. I went to bed with that toy. I love that toy. Woke up many times with my face hurting from sleeping like this on the Millennium Falcon. All right. Moving on.
You didn't stick your dick in the secret compartment.
No, I did not.
All right.
I did not. Because the Millennium Falcon was classy.
I never thought I'd be smuggling myself.
Moving on. What do we got next? I don't think we have anything next.
Stick with some of the Star Wars stuff. C-3PO is actually getting his own comic.
Yes, the Red Arm Chronicles.
Which is kind of interesting because it's going to take place between the 30 years between Jedi and Force Awakens, and it's going to explain how he gets his red arm.
That red arm is something fucking cool.
It better be something cool. Better not just be like, oh, my arm fell off. Oh, well, we don't have one here. It's red.
Oh, look, this one's rusty.
Yeah. They had painted a wall.
Yeah.
I wanted to have like some type of weaponry in it.
Like a Swiss Army arm.
Like R2-D2 was like a fucking switchblade. He had all kinds of crazy shit in there depending on the movie. Let C-3PO do something.
Well, R2-D2 was a mech droid. He was like a mechanical droid. He was like a toolbox that rolled around and helped you out. C-3PO was a translator. He's a protocol droid. He shouldn't have tools and stuff in it. He didn't have tools. He was a tool.
He needs to defend himself. Don't be mean to C-3PO.
R2-D2 took care of him.
Still,
C-3PO was the bitch in that relationship.
He really was.
Yes, he was.
He really was. There's no denying that. I did see a cool shirt the other day. It was Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Yoda as ghosts doing the Haunted Mansion, like.
That's kind of cool.
The top hat thing,
like Hatbox Ghost and all. Yeah, that's kind of cool.
I was like, I kind of want that shirt.
Did we touch on the reveal of the Totally Awesome Hulk?
We did not.
Which is who we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it was what we said initially, right? It was
like when we talked about it, a couple of months ago when they were going through this whole.
Who is the Hulk?
Who is the Hulk and who rebooting all the characters and all that? They revealed it's Amadeus Cho, who I have no idea who that really is.
When I was Amadeus Cho showed up when I was still reading Hulk kind of on the regular, and he was a relatively interesting character. He was they billed him as the fifth smartest person on the planet, and he was like a wonderkin teenager type, that didn't want to be Tony Stark. He just was like a little bit of a hipster that wanted to run around and do his own thing and wound up with the Hulk. But again, it's just kind of become. We're dealing with our minority Avengers, or it's the
Benetton Avengers.
And it was like, all right, here you had a cool Asian character that was a little different and a little, and then it's like, all right, now we're going to make him the Hulk because people know the Hulk and they don't know this guy. Write the guy a good book, and
Yeah, that's been my gripe with all these changes, where it's like I don't have a problem with, I want to see more minorities get starring roles. I want to see more women get starring roles, but why does it have to be at the expense of a character I don't even want to say expense of the character, but why does it have to be a character that we already know?
Well, what do you got to put it in somebody?
Why can't they be written well enough to start so that we're going to care about them from the beginning and not just have to plug them into an already established name?
Well, they said that Bruce Banner's going to be, his story's not over. They're not jettisoning Banner forever. He has a place in the Marvel Universe, and it's going to be fascinating when you see what's going on with him. But they said the main distinction between
this is going to end up being like the New 52, where now they're undoing everything that the New 52 did.
Yeah.
I just.
They're trying to make too many sweeping changes.
And it's really why I kind of stopped reading comics again, with the exception of The Walking Dead.
You read a comic, read Deadpool. He doesn't change. But yeah, it's just they're trying to make too many sweeping changes, and it's not going to end well.
Well, I mean, it's changes just
Hulk has a fucking full Hulk.
Yeah.
It's changes for the sake of change, and instead of write a good Falcon book, don't make Falcon Captain America. Write a Jane Foster book, and she doesn't have to be Thor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You can tell stories about these characters that are established characters, but you don't have to put that name on it. It's like, I mean, I guess you're just kind of putting the title there, but then to put the mantle of the character on it too. I mean, give me 6 issues where you're telling me the story of what's going on with Jane Foster in the Thor book. It's fine, all right? Thor's not going to be in the book for a year or 6 months or something like that. All right, and the same thing with Falcon. You could write the character, don't just replace the mantle of somebody to be like, oh, here we got female characters and we have, Asian characters and black characters, and there's a stain of things that comics has had, like, with Asian characters when it comes to things like Yellow Claw, and I guess Marvel didn't want to feature Storm as being a strong female black character because they don't have the movie rights to her.
Yeah, they can't put all their eggs in one basket.
Which is really starting to handcuff them if that's their attitude towards all of this. It's like I get that they don't have the rights to the X-Men and all that as far as the movie universe goes. But that's hurting. That's hurting your characters as a whole.
Yeah. And that's where all their strong female characters are. When you take the X-Men characters out of it, and even Sue Storm, you're left with
Captain Marvel,
Black Widow and the Wasp, Captain Marvel, She-Hulk. You get into the dredges, not the dredges, but your B-list at best.
Yeah, the B-list.
It's not
Spider-Woman.
Yeah, and it's you really start to just get into female versions of some of the male characters, where the female X-Men characters
are their own characters.
Yeah, Rogue is an intriguing, well-written character.
Jean Grey,
Storm, when done well. Jean Grey gets muddled back and forth. I think sometimes Jean Grey has had some great stories told, but and then too you had with black characters, the X-Men, you had Storm, you had Bishop, you had all right, man, maybe they only had 2 black characters.
X-Men.
I mean, Sunspot's Dominican or Ecuadorian or something like that.
He's Latin.
But I mean, the X-Men was one of those early diverse books where you had people from around the country. You had Asian characters, Sunfire. You had Moonstone. You had Jubilee.
Jubilee. I'm so glad she's gonna be in the new X-Men movie, and she has her yellow raincoat,
which is awesome.
And I mean, the Psylocke character is a little weird. That
she was British, now she's Japanese.
Yeah, she was a white British girl, and then she became a
now she's Olivia Munn.
Japanese British girl.
And I've been hearing rumors that there have been points where they've tried to rectify that, but never got around to it.
Well, they did weird things with it, and it just kind of... It was such a weird move, but then became, like, so popular. Because I can remember from the first appearance, when she was Lady Mandarin, when she showed up, you're like, oh, this is interesting. Because Psylocke was always there, but kind of a boring character.
I hated her old costume. Her original costume looked like she was wearing that purple poofy comforter she was wearing.
And then she got the armor, which was when she started getting a little more.
Yeah, when she had the armor, she was more interesting. And that was also whenever who was drawing it in the late '80s, they drew her with giant cans, but all the chicks in the X-Men had giant cans.
Late '80s, early '90s, that was Jim Lee.
It was it was right before. It was before Jim Lee took over.
Okay.
Jim Lee did the Asian Psylocke.
Yeah.
The Jim Lee, I don't think he started X-Men. Maybe he was doing X-Men around then. I'd have to go back and look.
He started X-Men at issue 268.
Is that the one with Crucified Wolverine?
No, that was the one that the cover was Black Widow, Captain America, and Wolverine. That was his first X-Men issue.
No.
Yeah.
Really? I could have sworn he had done one well before that. I thought
that was his first one. I think he did a guest spot, but his first regular run started.
Maybe that was his first cover. Yeah.
Yeah, started at 268.
He might have did some interior pages, but anyway, that like late '80s book where all the chicks in the X-Men had giant cans, and then they had like Jubilee show up, and because she was a teenager, they didn't give her giant. That was the way they like differentiated her from the other characters. Like all the adult women had giant cans, and Jubilee just kind of wore baggy clothes.
Yeah, they were the size of Jubilee's head.
Yes. Yeah. And like during Inferno, Storm's costume became like 3 pieces of torn napkin that just kind of covered her naughty bits.
No, like when Rogue was trapped in the Savage Land for like 100 issues.
Yes.
She wasn't in there for 100 issues. She
I know.
was in there for like 3 issues.
It seemed like it was forever. It really did. But
I don't know how we were talking about how good it is for them to have diversity, and then it just turned into us talking about how in the '80s all the X-Men chicks had giant cans.
That's diversity. And then Jubilee, see the device diversity.
And then diversity.
It's an old wooden sailing ship.
Yes.
Yes. All right. What else we got?
We can now all watch the amazing Michael Bay Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie on Netflix.
We should all watch it this week.
I watched it.
Did you? I haven't watched it. I haven't had the balls to yet.
How was it?
We watched it the other day. I paused it a few times in the movie where I was just like,
what?
I don't think I can do it. And I was like, all right, I'm just going to have to deal with it. Like, you know when you're at the dentist and you're getting like a cavity drilled and you're like, all right, we're already into this. We got to get it done. I'm like, it's like, this is uncomfortable. You know, my mouth's been open for 20 minutes. It's like, all right, the Novocaine, it just kind of sucks.
Yeah.
That's what Michael Bay's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was.
That
I will say that the characterization of the Turtles wasn't bad.
Okay.
It was done okay.
Okay.
The backstory was fucked.
Weren't they her pets? They were April's pets?
Yes. They were her pets, but her father was experimenting on them. I guess. They were test subject things that she treated like pets, even though they were there for some kind of experimentation in some kind of like mutation gene therapy thing. It was like they started making a movie and changed things. When everybody got upset, you could tell that they wanted it to be, we injected turtles with DNA from an alien thing that we found.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was like, and everybody's like, no, you can't do that. And they're like, we created a mutagen that cures a disease. I mean, the plot makes zero sense.
They just ADR'd the lines. That's all.
P, it's like the old Godzilla movies, like the lips are moving and not matching up with the dialogue.
Yeah. Seriously? The stuff with when they changed what's his name to Shredder?
Yeah.
From when
William Fichtner.
William Fichtner, when they made him not Shredder, they literally just CGI'd in a guy in scenes.
That's what I heard. I heard because he was supposed to be Shredder.
Yes, and you could tell he was supposed to be Shredder.
Yep.
And even the storyline where they were going to explain him as being Shredder, I would have enjoyed more than just there's vague references to Shredder, and then you're like, and it's like, why is he fucking so mad at this turtle? What the hell? This doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, but I think when people freaked out because there was going to be a white Shredder, they're like, okay, wait, we can't do that. Let's change it. I'm telling you, they rewrote this movie on the fly.
Yeah, they probably did. As they were filming it. It wasn't even like,
There's a lot of stuff like that, and then there's some like Michael William Fichtner. There's some reshoots that you can tell they did reshoots where they literally just pulled him in because it's like, oh, he's in a room full of people, and then it's like they're showing him like leave by himself, and it's just like what?
I should have watched it today instead of watching like 6 hours of Cops.
Quality.
It was, and just things, and then the big action sequence that they showed in the trailer with them sliding down the mountain and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There is so much shit moving in that scene that it's like you're watching your television throw up.
Well, that's like every scene in a Transformers movie.
Yeah.
Well, no, because it's not like in a Transformers movie. There's a lot of that, like everything's the characters are spinning around. The characters are spinning around, but then the background is moving too.
That's because it was a 3D movie.
Oh yeah, you could tell it was like hacky for like 3D.
Yeah.
But like sitting there watching it, we're like, this is hurting my eyes. Because it's just like, it's just everything is coming at you.
Your eyes start bleeding.
Yeah. You're like, what am I supposed to focus on? I don't even know what happened. I think
that's why they did it. That's why they did it, so you don't have to focus on anything.
I think April O'Neil just got killed. No, she didn't. There she is. Oh, all right, this one got... No, what the fuck is going on? So there's scenes like that. But then, like, the backstory stuff, where you're just like, all right, he experimented on the turtles and the rat, and then there's a fire, and April O'Neil saves the turtles and the rat, but then just takes them and puts them in the sewer. So then they mutate in the sewer, and Shredder raises them. And then at some point, Shredder finds... Not Shredder, Splinter.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm
writing it on the fly.
Yes. Splinter and the turtles, and they mutate, and they become the anthropomorphic humanoided
baby face.
Yes.
Turtles.
And they're baby. The turtles are babies, but Shredder's an adult, or Splinter's an adult, and that doesn't really get explained. But I guess he was an older lab rat as a. He in the store finds a book about ninjutsu.
Okay.
And studies that, and that's why he learns
ninjutsu
and is able to teach the turtles.
Gotcha. Movie sounds 10 kinds of terrible.
Yeah. And he doesn't name the turtles. The turtles were named with the science project.
Okay. That's... No.
Yeah.
And
it's so much convoluted backstory. And I am quoting... With convoluted backstory... I watched I'd seen the Honest trailer beforehand, before I saw the movie, and then I watched the Honest trailer after, and I completely... They made all the same points that I did when I was watching it. And it is just... And then there's things going on. The turtles are throwing, in one scene, you don't actually see them, but it's them that are doing it. They're throwing big shipping containers, big Connex boxes.
Okay.
They're throwing them at people. They're picking them up and throwing them. Because they have super strength.
What the fuck? Alright, I'm going to have to watch it, but this movie sounds terrible.
And?
I've got nothing.
I've got it.
And there's an end?
End. Now, I don't know how to get to this first.
Uh-oh.
I guess we'll put it this way. We find out at one point that the turtles are bulletproof. That their shells deflect bullets, and even
the shell. I could buy the shells.
And then even the plating, that chest plating stuff that they have, part of the shell, that deflects bullets.
Okay.
Now, ask me who was shooting at them.
Mike, who was shooting at them?
The motherfucking Foot Clan.
They have guns?
They all had guns. Guns, machine guns. And they used a lot of bombs, too.
Okay. I'm not with it.
I don't.
Why didn't they have ninja weapons?
Because they weren't ninjas.
Or just a gang?
They weren't even just a gang. No, they were a private army.
Done.
They were a private army who did street gang stuff.
I am so.
And they didn't move in secret. Like, the government was well
now.
aware. Like, the police force was like, we have to stop the Foot Clan.
Stupid.
You know what was a better movie than this?
Super Mario Bros.
This was a better ninja movie than the Teenage Mutant Ninja.
Well, now we have the second one to look forward to is Sheamus and Bebop. Or no, he's
Rocksteady.
Yeah, he's Rocksteady. And there's Tyler Perry as Baxter Stockman.
In drag?
Oh my god, if it's Medea the Fly.
Which is a reboot because Baxter Stockman has a small part, has a tiny cameo in this one, and it's a white guy.
Really? Oh, so they're recasting in the other direction.
Yes, they're going back again.
This is to make
because Baxter Stockman, who was originally black, who was made white for the TV show, and then was white in this movie for a second, is now black.
It's just they're making up for Billy D. Williams not being Harvey Dent in Batman Forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, so look for that on your Netflix, guys.
That came up. I didn't notice that until I didn't notice it was on there until yesterday, and I just like, all right, I guess maybe I'll throw it in my queue and watch it.
We sat and watched it, and we were puking through the whole thing. It was just, it was. But as a palate cleanser, the next day we watched, which I was a little disappointed because it had nothing to do with one of my favorite X-Men. We watched Nightcrawler with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh yeah, I heard that was pretty good.
That was really it was well, and it was actually better than I thought it was going to be. It wasn't quite, from what I saw in the trailer, it wasn't the movie I was expecting, but it was probably a better story than the movie that I was expecting. Okay. And it might be some of the best work I've ever seen Jake Gyllenhaal do.
Cool.
So I can highly recommend Nightcrawler.
But not Turtles.
Turtles, you know what? Kids will probably like it, like any of that stuff. It's not made, it's disrespect for the source material. There's a few, there's heavy-handed fan service in it, where they're like, we're giving you this and we're giving you that, even though we're really just thumbing our nose at everything else that you expect to get out of this movie.
Mm-hmm.
It was something. It was they tried to fix something that wasn't broken. That was so not broken
that they broke it.
Because how many years have they kind of been telling the same turtle story? More or less, almost 30 years now.
Yeah.
Between the comics, the original cartoon series, the live-action movies, the 3 or 4 cartoon series that have happened since then. even that awful live-action TV show where they added a fifth turtle.
Oh, Venus de Milo.
Yeah.
And they crossed over with the Power Rangers.
Yeah,
Did
yeah.
they?
Well, that's what they were trying to compete with the Power
They
Rangers.
did. They crossed over with the Power Rangers.
I don't
Yeah.
think I knew that. Oh, my gosh. All right.
But that's I want to say I did the part that I did laugh out loud at, like legitimately, is the first encounter of April O'Neil and the Turtles. Raphael does the, "What are you doing here? Why are you following us?" And then you hear in the background go, "Hey, he's doing his Batman voice."
Nice.
He's like, "Shut up, we can hear you."
Nice.
So they do make a couple references. They make a Batman reference, a Superman reference, and an X-Men reference.
Okay.
But it was like a movie that had there was a ton there. There was potential there, and then it just kind of went off the wheels. And we got what we got, which is disappointing. Same thing with Transformers. Like, just look at like how Transformers could have worked so well, and we spent so much time following Shia LaBeouf that, and this movie, you spend a lot of time with April O'Neil trying to show how great a reporter she is, and it's like,
Like, why are you focusing on not the main characters?
yeah, it's. I don't know why they think that, you know, when you have a movie like this or Transformers, that it's not about these characters, that they're like secondary because they're not people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm confused. I just kind of wish now that any comic book property was given to that Marvel production house to let them do it, even if it's something that they have.
It's not a Marvel movie?
It's not a Marvel movie. Turtles, Batman, Superman, Green Lantern. Just let Marvel make all those movies, and they just pay them like you would like Industrial Light and Magic to do your sound effects.
Or Weta.
Just be like, all right, Marvel is going to manage your script and who we're going to get to be in the parts and how the movie's going to be made, so it's like what people have always, that the people who are fans of this are going to enjoy it and not just pull some shit out of our ass and make things that somebody in Hollywood thinks is going to make a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I got two more little bits of things, and then I think we're going to wrap it up. First, there was a 30-second teaser released today for the next season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., where Skye is now going by Daisy, and they're going to have an actual supervillain on the show this season. It looks like Lash, who is from the Inhumans, is going to be on there.
Okay.
The spiny-looking, crazy guy. So
Okay.
that was pretty cool. That premieres September 24th. And a couple days ago on Stephen Amell's Facebook page, he premiered the Season 4 trailer for Arrow. And I love that show so much. There's so much going on in that trailer, though. Like, supposedly Ray Palmer is dead, even though we know he's not because he's coming back and listen to this tomorrow. The Arrow is dead, but he's not. He's just living with Felicity, and then he's got to come back as Green Arrow. Diggle is in a costume.
And he looks like Black Magneto.
He really does.
Yeah,
That
I saw
promotional
that.
still they released of him is terrible. The costume looks better when it's moving. But I guess he's going.
That costume, with that helmet, he looks like. Remember when Ron Simmons first showed up in WWE
Yes.
and he wore that stupid ass helmet,
The gladiator helmet.
the
Yeah.
gladiator helmet? That's that. I thought about that. I'm like, he looks like Black Magneto. And I'm even showing it to my wife, and I'm like, look at Diggle. He looks like Black Magneto, and she's like, he does. And not necessarily that he is black, but the whole costume's black.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking, like, who's that? There was that character Guardian,
Yeah.
who was essentially just a guy in a helmet with a shield
Pretty much.
that like helped defend Metropolis.
Which I think is what they're going for with Diggle this season. They show Damien Dark, who is Dum Dum Dugan from Captain America.
Yes.
So he's jumping ship over there. They show a good shot of Arrow in his new costume, and they're calling Thea Speedy in her costume, so she's officially Speedy. So, good stuff. And they show the original Black Canary coming out of the Lazarus Pit.
Nice.
Which we all knew was coming anyway.
Is Stardust going to be on this season?
He should show up. Cody Rhodes should show up as some type of character on this. That would be kind of cool. But yeah, those are the two bits of things I have. I'm guessing since the Arrow trailer just came out, we're probably going to see a new Flash trailer soon. Because those come back the week of October 6th.
Okay.
And Supergirl is October 24th, and there's been new trailers for that too. They just cast somebody in Supergirl, and I can't remember who it is. A new villain. Can't remember who it was, though.
I feel like with a few new superhero shows this season, like I'm getting to the point I'm watching too much TV, and I gotta cut something, and I don't know what it's going to be. I was going through my DVR. I mean, hopefully they space this stuff out enough. I know Heroes of Tomorrow, Legends of Tomorrow.
That's going to be January.
Mid-season, yeah. Well, like a mid-season fill-in.
As of right now, we have Supergirl on Mondays, Flash on Tuesdays, and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. on Tuesdays, and Arrow on Wednesdays.
And then I got a new Muppet show I got to watch.
Yeah. Heroes is coming back for a limited engagement.
Another superhero show.
Yeah, that's going to be Mondays as well. So, I'm actually kind of looking forward to that.
Yeah, I am too, because I loved Heroes, and it's another thing we've talked about, where that first season was so great, and then the writer's strike kind of hurt the second season.
Yeah. I stuck with that show.
It just kind of came off the rails, and I'm just not digging this, and lost interest quick.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I am excited about
Heroes. It was one of those things that I loved it, and then it just got to the point where I just forgot to watch it, and then just stopped. I'm like, I don't care.
I always watched it because it was on after Chuck, and I watched every episode of Chuck.
That was kind of what happened with The Office for me, where it's like I loved The Office, and now I'm kind of catching the last handful of seasons that I didn't watch, and I'm like, I'm so mad that I didn't watch. But there was a point with The Office where we watched The Office every week. It was religious. We watch it religiously.
I stopped after Michael left a couple of weeks. When James Spader came on, because I didn't like his character as much when he first showed up.
I was even prior to that. It was, I think we found out Pam was pregnant. So I mean, it was a while, into that. And we just, for whatever reason, we just never picked it up and started watching. But we've kind of been catching back up on The Office.
I watched the first season of The British Office, and I'm like halfway through the second season of British Office.
The Office is one of those shows that I'll throw it on Netflix every now and then, just because it was just brilliantly written.
I've been watching something that I never watched when it ran, and I'd like to look and see what I was watching instead. I only have about 12 episodes left. Newhart.
Yeah, I watched some of those.
We were watching a little bit of Newhart in Florida, weren't we?
Yes, yeah. Because I was watching on my iPad, so you watched some Newhart with me. And I'll definitely say there were funnier shows, and Newhart does have its moments, but it made some interesting commentary about Hollywood, about making TV shows, about there were little subtle commentaries about things that were in Newhart, where I'm like, oh, this is kind of a smart, kind of clever show. It was kind of a non-Jewish Seinfeld, I think, at points.
Yeah.
Yeah. To me, Newhart and Seinfeld are a lot closer in a lot of aspects than I ever expected them to be.
Gotcha.
But it was a weird world, just be like, how did I this show was on for 8 seasons and I never watched it through all those years. I'm like, whatever. I remember when it went off the air. It went off the air in 1990. And the whole thing. And I'm like, Newhart. Then I would always see it in reruns. I'd watch a little here, watch a little there. And I'm like, I'm going to sit down or I'm going to watch Newhart.
You know what you watched instead of Newhart?
What did I watch?
Exactly what you watched instead of Newhart. Monday Night Raw. Because it was on Monday nights.
No, but it was on Monday nights. It ended in 1990. There was no Monday Night Raw in 1990.
Wasn't there wrestling Monday? There was primetime wrestling.
There was USA Primetime Wrestling.
Yeah.
So that's what I was watching. The old wrestling that was hosted. And that was they would show MSG shows from like Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby Heenan
Yeah.
sat at that
Yeah.
desk and
It was
introduced.
like a talk show format.
Yeah. And they'd be like, all right, now we're going to take you to a match. Coco Beware is taking on Greg the Hammer Valentine.
Coco Beware. Fuck yes. All right.
I was going to mention Jimmy Superfly Snuka, but
Yeah.
we'll save that for another show.
Yeah, that's different. All right, I think we're pretty much done. Though. You guys got anything else?
I had something and then I lost it.
That's
Like
right.
it was involved in a TV show discussion, and then it's gone.
Oh, and they did show Constantine in the Arrow trailer, so.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I heard that he was.
Yeah. He's going to be in the episode with Lazarus Pit and bring in original Canary back, so. That's what happened there. All right, but I think we're pretty much done. Unless you guys have anything.
No, I don't think I have anything else.
All right.
Holy Awesome Hulk, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles being crap. Chris Evans, Disney. I got nothing.
All right.
Oh, real quick, one thing that in my weekend I was cleaning up around the house a little bit, and I was just popping in DVDs that I hadn't watched, the physical DVD, but I had seen the movies. And one of the ones I popped in was Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah.
Wreck-It Ralph is so freaking good.
But have you seen the Blu-ray? When you pause it, it goes into this intermission thing where a host comes on and points out the little video game references, the various video game references that are made in Wreck-It Ralph
Really?
that you might have missed. And who would be the perfect man to be that host? To point out all the little dorky, nerdy video game references in a movie.
J.D. Roth.
Chris Hardwick.
Chris Hardwick. And and he's got these little vignettes where he talks out there. He's like, oh, here's this guy, and this guy, and this guy. And he kind of does little funny things. And then he's talking about, he goes, oh, the other day I was at the Batanon meeting, and I said the zombie. And he's like, and he goes, me and zombies, that's a thing.
Chris Hardwick just shows up. He went from singled out to being everywhere.
Yeah, it was funny when Chris Hardwick popped on my TV, because I hit pause and I'm like, and then stuff is going on, and I'm like, this is a fucking busy DVD, a busy Blu-ray. I'm like, there's a lot of things you can go. There's like something else pops up. I think I can play a video game on it if I do something else. I don't know, there's things.
Now I'm gonna have to pop in my Wreck-It Ralph DVD or Blu-ray and check it
Yeah,
out.
there's all kinds of shit going on. But I'm like, hey, cool, great. Chris Hardwick is in here doing little comedy routines on the pause menu.
Why
And then
is
it's
he in my TV?
And then I have to like pause my pause menu. I have to I'm like, and now I paused it for something, and I'm like, and what I had been walking around the house, but then it was coming up to a part that I wanted. I'm like, I like this part, and I'm gonna watch it. And then I paused it, and then this thing starts. So now I'm watching this for 3 minutes, and I'm like, I have shit that I need to do.
Like Chris
I
Hardwick,
can't be
back off.
finding. Stop entertaining me.
I was like, damn you, Chris Hardwick.
Go away. You're talking about every show that I watch.
Very soon it's gonna be Talking Ralph.
Yes.
All right. So you know where to find us. Facebook.com/Ninjaverse. WordPress. Wow, Ninjaverse.wordpress.com. Yeah, I'm out of practice. Ninjaverse.wordpress.com.
He's the new guy.
Yeah, I'm the new guy again. Twitter, YouTube, all that good stuff. I'm gonna start streaming again at some point. I just haven't yet. And now YouTube just started up their YouTube gaming for streaming, so I'm gonna do probably Twitch, but whatever. So yeah, I'm Will,
I'm Chris.
And I'm Mike.
and we'll see you next week.
And Chris Hardwick is going to do our
Post show.
post
Yes,
show.
Talking
Yes.
Ninjaverse next.